I'm back at the Undercliffe Cemetery in Bradford, and what a lovely backdrop of the main promenade. Now, has anybody, well, I'm going to be careful where I'm walking here, but has anybody heard of Humbug Billy, the sweet poisoning case that happened in 1858? And he used to have his confectionery at Rawson Place in Bradford. Now, that's a famous case, and his real name was William Hardacre, and he's actually buried in this cemetery. But today we've got another humbug sweet story that's related to Judy Barrett. Her sweets are still sold on the market, and I've brought a packet here for this video, and she's also buried at the Undercliffe Cemetery. So let's go and find the grave and meet Andrew, who's done some research on Judy Barrett, and pay a toast by having a few humbugs. Good morning, Andrew.
Yes, good morning. Welcome to the Winter Wonderland, which is Undercliffe. Yeah, we're completely mad coming here today, but we do this so that you don't have to, and hopefully you'll learn a little bit about an unsung hero of Bradford, who's a household name but has kind of disappeared into the background. So we're going to prove to you that this lady is who we think she is.
Right, let's go and find the grave. Let's
walk through all this snow.
Yeah. I've already had a bit of a fall across there, so I'm going to have to be careful.
It's a bit like Scotland of the Antarctic this morning. We've left the huskies by the gatehouse.
Great to have you back, Andrew.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. It's good to be back. It's been a very difficult year,
yeah.
But I'm back health-wise, so let's see where we go.
Fighting fit.
Yes.
Right.
So this is Judith Wilkinson, which means absolutely nothing to anybody. But after doing quite a bit of research, I discovered a link to who she really is, and she's quite famous for some confectionery that is still available today, and I'm almost sure that the manufacturers probably don't even know that this is the lady that invented it. So
I'll get a bit close for our viewers while you
can
carry on with your story. I'll be careful.
Yeah.
Right.
To get mountain rescue out for you.
Yeah. Hopefully we'll get to see what's on the stone. Yeah.
On the headstone it says wife of Joseph Wilkinson. So it's Judith Wilkinson. Now she was born in 1776 on Westgate in Bradford. And she was not so far away from where the Boy and Barrel pub is, or used to be. Kind of opposite there, where the monstrosity of the tower block is at the top end of town, and it was another old part of Bradford at that time. Now you have to excuse me reading from notes because there is quite a lot of information about her. So she was married in 1800 at Bradford Parish Church, which is the cathedral. Joseph was a greengrocer, so she married into a greengrocing family. But originally, Joseph was the only greengrocer in Bradford at that time.
Really?
So it was quite an achievement. He was doing something quite unique. Yeah. She obviously inherited the business after he died, but she was famous for other things. She actually had a shop sort of the junction of Ivegate and Westgate. Exact location not fully known, but in that time there was a need for a clean water supply, and I believe they built a reservoir, a small reservoir or containment at the top of Ivegate, and she ended up being an enterprising businesswoman.
All right, okay.
And she held the key for the tap, for the valve for the water.
Right.
And she could actually sell water to people at ½ a bucket. So she was very enterprising at that time.
She was a bit of an entrepreneur, yeah, at the time.
But she had quite a hard life because people are quoted back then saying that they used to see her go up to Low Moor to collect coal, and she would take a donkey and a cart all the way up to Low Moor to one of the old mines, put it on the buggy and bring it back.
Yeah.
Or she'd even carry it on her back. So she was quite an independent woman in that sense. Now, looking at other parts of the history, she then became famous for making sweets. So back then they were called sweetmeat. That was the term.
Yeah.
But she developed a humbug that became very popular. Now there's two stories with humbugs in Bradford.
Yeah.
There's the nasty one where a lot of people got poisoned and died because of poisoning. But this is a good story because she became very popular. And
this is more of a humble humbug, should we say?
A humble humbug, yes. Yeah, that's a good way of putting it.
Yeah.
Now, don't know why, but she was born Judy Barwick, but she became Judy Barrett.
Okay.
Judy Barrett, Old Judy as she was known, and that's the name of the humbugs, Judy Barrett humbugs. And I think Riaz was showing you earlier, Judy Barrett humbugs.
That is beautifully in the light as well, you know what I mean? Well done.
There you go, you see, yeah.
It's quite a heavy bag, that. Heavy bag.
It is. So, interestingly, they're still available today.
Yeah.
And, I mean, the testament to her and her product that has lasted since, well, before the 1860s, right through to today.
In fact, I have Googled and there's quite a different variety of sweets that Judy has done, you know,
well,
as in humbugs anyway.
This is it. It was, if you look, just look it online.
Yeah.
There we go, Judy Barrett humbugs.
I'm glad I didn't buy that. It's quite a big jar.
That's quite heavy, I would imagine, as well. Now, she's obviously, this connection hasn't been fully made, I don't think. But we are grateful to somebody online who, I think it's Jen Barclay, who added a photograph of Judith on Find a Grave. So we are indebted to her because I did actually find a picture in the newspaper. There she is. We got.
Yeah, just about.
There
yeah,
we
it's
go.
on camera, yeah.
Quite a stern looking lady, but I'm not trying to insult her whilst we stood here. But that was known to be the only photograph she ever sat for.
Right.
And the lady that has put the picture on Find a Grave obviously has found the original.
Fantastic, look at that. So lucky to have an image of her, because otherwise you're just guessing what she looks like, yeah.
So if I just come to the side here, there we go. So Judy Barrett, famous for humbugs.
Yeah, we apologise. There's not many other locations because so much has changed over the years, but it's a bit of a tribute, you know, to a very humble lady, a hard-working lady, you know, at the time.
Be interesting to see if the manufacturers actually realise or know that this is where their product originated from, this lady who's buried here. But what's interesting is as well...
Sorry about the crows.
I
think they're after your sweets.
I know,
they're after your sweets, aren't they? Yeah.
They bret the teeth. So she had a granddaughter her granddaughter regularly made the toffee as well, the humbugs. Yeah. And she was always under the direction of Judy. She always kept an eye on her. So this is where I think the product has continued through the family line of some sort.
I see, yeah.
And Mrs. Jowett, as she was called, she died in 1900 in Morecambe, what's the seaside town's famous for? Rock.
Ah, interesting.
I don't know if there's a connection
No.
somewhere there.
It's a thought, yeah.
But so yeah, I think it's quite a special moment that we've put two and two together and made this lady more visible again. But there is a sort of a sad twist to this, because her husband, Joseph Wilkinson, it actually says on the headstone that he was interred at Westgate Chapel. Now Westgate Chapel is the one where they demolished it not too long ago, but it was demolished. But years ago the bodies were removed from the cemetery and taken up to Bowling Cemetery, where we found the mass grave.
Right.
So unfortunately we think Judith's probably here on her own, but her husband is probably in the mass grave up at Bowling Cemetery.
Bless her. Shall we make a bit of a tribute?
Well, we'll try. We're ready for this.
I must confess, I've not had one of these humbugs before, so...
Could be a sugar buzz.
Yeah.
Got to be really careful.
It's a bit like a food review channel, this now.
It is now, yeah. I'm a bit scared. Oh, mine's got a twist in it. Right, we need these. Hopefully it'll warm us up as well. We thought, as a tribute, we'll leave her one. Hopefully she'll think that they're still doing a good job. Hopefully. One there. One there. So if you do find the grave, don't be pinching her sweets.
I just hope the headstone is clear on the video.
If not, we can put a picture on, just so you can read it a bit clearer.